Hello guys, welcome back. Today I'm gonna be doing a story time as I get ready. Yeah. So let's get into the video.
Wait, I don't even have my stuff out.
I already did my eyebrows off camera. I'm gonna start my eyes and let's get the story time started. So this story goes way back. Nova. I was starting kindergarten. It was my first day of kindergarten, and I don't know why. I thought I was never coming back home to my mom. I thought that school was gonna keep me forever. I don't know why I thought that. Excuse me, Sunny. You guys think that the school was never gonna let you go back to your mom? Because I did. I don't know why.
I was just so scared. Like, oh my gosh, the school's gonna keep me.
So here I am on my first day of school, crying because I thought I was gonna stay at school forever. And my mom's like,
"It's okay, Jess. Your cousin's gonna be there. He'll take care of you."
And I was like, my cousin? So this is where I introduce my cousin. Julian's my cousin, guys. So this is the one that I cannot go to school without. Now I don't give a crap. If you have not seen any of my vlogs, you don't know who I'm talking about, but he has been in some of my vlogs. So yeah. I'm like, oh, Julian, okay, fine. So like, I'm thinking, oh, well, if he's gonna be there, we're gonna be great, but I'm still crying. I see Julian and I suddenly don't care anymore that I'm gonna stay at school forever, because I'm like, oh, okay, I got my cousin. I do not care no more. At least I got someone that I know with me and we're gonna be fine. And so I go about my day, and at the end of the day, I go back home and I'm like, wow, they let me come back home. I was so happy. So then the next day, I was like, oh, I don't want to go to school. So here I go crying again. And my mom's like, you'll see Julian, you'll be fine. And I'm like, okay, I'll be fine. I see Julian, go about my day. And that was a routine, okay? That was just a routine. I cried every day. It did not matter if I knew Julian was going to be there. It did not matter. It was just, I still cried, okay? But once I seen him, I was like, oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. And then there was a day that Julian did not come to school. And I went to school crying like every other day until I seen Julian.
This time, I did not see Julian.
And I was like,
I'm not going to that school.
No, I'm gonna be stuck in there if he does not come with me. Because I put in my head like, oh, he's here, that's why they're letting me go home. But since he wasn't here, I was like,
Oh, no. This is a trick. This is a trick for the school to take me. No.
So my mom's like, you'll be
fine. You'll be fine. It's okay if he's not here. You'll be fine. And I was like, no, I'm not going in there, but I'm
crying. I'm hysterically crying. And so it comes time for us to go inside the building. That was where I lost my marbles. I was not going in. I was not playing. So I started kicking and screaming and pulling the biggest tantrum on earth. Okay? And my teacher is like, come on.
We're going to have a great time. You'll be fine. Don't worry. We're going to have fun. And
I'm just like,
No, we're not. You're gonna take me.
I really thought she was gonna take me, okay? Don't blame me. I'm pretty sure some of you guys had that thought as these little kids. Like, oh my God, I'm staying here forever. So don't judge me, okay? So I'm like, oh my God. She finally gets me to go inside, but I'm still crying. I cry for like a whole hour because, yeah, my cousin's not there. Oh my God. That was horrible. He wouldn't show up sometimes, and I will never forget that because that was just such a traumatic experience to me. It was horrible, okay? Like, imagine being little and thinking you're never going back home, and then you finally have your cousin to save you, and he's not there. So, like, now you're gonna be stuck in school because he's not there, and he's not gonna save you. And then that year finished, kindergarten finished, And I was like,
oh, thank God, like, I made it through the year and they did not take me.
then first grade starts, and I'm supposed to be put in the same class as my cousin. But I'm not. Because my mom thought it was best for me to be put in a different class. Because she didn't want me to constantly depend on my cousin to be at school, since my entire kindergarten year, I needed him to be there. And he sometimes missed school, and I didn't want to go to school sometimes because he wasn't there. And sometimes it would be so bad that my mom wouldn't send me to school. So my mom was like, no, she needs to be on her own. Like, she needs to learn. So every day of first grade, I cried. And I was so mad at my mom because she just didn't understand that I was so scared. Like, I was so scared. And then second grade, I moved to a new school, but I didn't want to give myself a bad rep. Like, I didn't want kids to be like, oh, she's
Such a crybaby. Like, she's a grown girl and she's such a crybaby.
So when I started at the new school, I was like, no,
I'm not gonna cry. Like, I don't need my cousin. I already cried kindergarten and first grade. I'm over it. I'm a big girl now. So,
like, I'm here thinking I'm grown, okay? No, I was not grown. I still wanted to cry. But then this kid came up to me and he's like,
are you gonna cry? And I'm like, yeah, no.
I'm like,
No, I'm not gonna cry. But
like, after he said that, I really wanted to cry. You know when, like, you're having a party and Mexicans are like, quiere llorar.
llorar. Like, that's how I felt.
Like, he was like, are you gonna cry?
Cry, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna cry. Don't ask me that.
So, that kid ended up being my best friend, actually, second grade. I don't know if he remembers me, but if you do, shout out to you. Yeah, that year I actually ended up not crying anymore, and I was so happy, and I would tell my mom, like, I didn't cry anymore, because I also had to start taking the bus to school. They didn't have buses in Chicago, so I would walk it with my mom. Thankfully, my house was pretty close. I hated walking to school in the winter. Oh, I hated it. It was so cold. Oh my God. So, yeah, once I moved out here to the suburb, we had bus transportation, and I had to take it with my little brother who was starting kindergarten. And I had to be grown for him because I didn't want him to be scared. But he was already grown. Like, he did not cry. Like, he did not care. He was just like, all right, cool, I'm going to school. Yay. I was, not me. Not me. Nope. No. After 7 years, I moved back to Chicago. And I was, again, traumatized. I didn't cry, though. This time I didn't cry. I was in 8th grade, so I had to be a grown-ass girl again. So I didn't cry, but, like, my anxiety was high. Like, I was like, oh, I had to start over with these new kids, and they're gonna not like me. And honestly, they didn't like me. I can talk about that in another story time if you want to know. Some of them did, though. Shout out to y'all for being friends with me, because I was a little sad. I'm so oh my God. So yeah, he started school 8th grade again in Chicago, and I was like, what? Oh man, like, they probably remember me being the crybaby. They didn't, though. I mean, some of them did. It's okay. When I moved back to Chicago and I knew that I was going to go back to the same school with my cousin, the first thing I did was try to get into the same class that he was in, because we're lit as hell when we're together. So yeah, I want to be put in the same class as him. But he was like, well, you're probably gonna, because he was like, well, how are your grades? There was like a whole damn system to getting into this class, you know, like, you either had to be dumb as hell to get into the dumbest class, or you had to be like average to get into the averageest class, or like be smart as hell and get into the smartest class. Like, I thought that was pretty freaking messed up, because you just categorized me And we all know it. So, yeah, I thought it was pretty messed up. But, he was like, well, you're either going to be put in 802 or 803. And I was like, what are you?
What are you put in? And he's like, 803.
And I was like, that's where I'm going, okay? I'm going there. Okay, I don't care about 82. I want to go to 803 because if you're there, I'm there. And I was put in 803. So I was like, hey, lit. So I was happy, and that's why the first thing I did was look for my cousin Julian because I knew that he was there. Actually, he wasn't there yet. I got there first before he did, and I was like, fuck, like he's not here, and I don't even know these kids, so please someone help me. And then he finally got to school, and he was like, okay, the girls sit over here and the boys sit over there, so you can't sit with me, you have to sit over there. He was like, I'll take you to some of my friends, you can sit with them. And I'm like, okay. They were actually really nice. They said I was pretty, and they ended up being great friends to me. Now I don't know where they are and how they are, but if you're watching this, I hope y'all are doing great, and thanks for being my friends. So yeah, I went to 8th grade with him, and when he didn't show up, I was a little sad, I was a little bored, but I had friends, so I hung out with my friends. And like, I wanted to be put in the same class as him because I was like, I didn't want to be alone. But at the end of the year, it didn't even matter because we hardly like hung out. He was always with his friends. I had my friends. So it really didn't even matter anymore. But then we tried getting into the same high school together. But my aunt made him go to a better high school because my high school was. So he went to a better high school, and then we tried getting into the same college. But that didn't go as planned because he really didn't want to go to the college I wanted to go to. So now we just see each other whenever we can, which is like rarely, and that's a little sad because that's so sad. But when we do see each other, it's a party. That was it for today's video. I hope you guys liked today's story time. I will be back with plenty of other stories because I have a lot. And as you can see, I finished my makeup off camera. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be back with more videos. Bye.